There's nothing like cracking that cellophane, pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. The Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Ill Will of Body Count, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I am your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. The Bod Father, and as always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to welcome Mr. Ill Will, drummer of Body Count. Body Count has released their 7th new and current album, Carnivore, which is out now via Century Media. And they have also released the singles Carnivore and Bum Rush. Also, Body Count has released their single and video, Point the Finger, featuring guest vocalist Riley Gale of the Mighty Power Trip. Carnivore is the follow-up to 2017's Bloodlust album. Also, they have some powerhouse musical guests on the Carnivore album, and we're going to be talking about all this good stuff. So, Will, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, John? How you doing, man?
Doing awesome. Thank you for being on the podcast, dude.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You even invite me on the show, man. That's cool.
So let's jump right into this bad boy. How's it been working with Century Media Records for you guys so far?
It's been great so far. They came out to visit us last year. We were doing the Whackin' Festival last year, and man, great people. Great people. Have no problem with anybody.
This year makes 30 years Body Count has been around, since 1990. I mean, that's even hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Then you joined in 2009. So how has it been this trip so far, man, to see where this band started from up till now and how much hurdles that you guys have jumped through? Because let me tell you something. When you guys first came on back in 1990, and then you joined in 2009, there's a lot of hurdles that you guys had to come over.
Yeah, of course they had members passing throughout the years after they did their, I guess during the second record with Beatmaster V passing away. And then Moose Man passed away, and then the Executioner passed away too later on. And of course, Executioner and Vic both passed away from cancer, and I think Moose Man, from what I heard, he was at the wrong place at the wrong time and got shot. So,
what's impressed or excited you the most about making the 7th new and current album, Carnivore, if anything, man? What sticks out for you the most, Will? The creation of the album, the camaraderie of everybody working together. I mean, was there a whole lot of input to this album versus the other one?
Well, no, this was more or less, it was, everybody got to write their input of what we could, put on this record. Everybody did. But mostly, we got to get, drums and bass down first on the record. So it was mostly me and Vince in the studio with the mighty Will Putney, doing this and trying to figure out what songs that was going to be best on this record. And we came up with, a lot of songs, but I mean, like I said, everybody had their input, and, some, songs did not make it onto this record, and, and you got to please, Ice, like what songs that it's going to hit hard for him and what he's going to, spit over. So that is the biggest thing. And it's all like, we get the music going first, and then we, actually finally get him in, and he starts listening to it, and he's like, nah, that sucks. Nah. So, or we say, I like it, but I don't like this part of it, and we'll change it right then and there. If we can come up with something better for him, and that's how we work it.
Any songs that didn't make this album, man, that we could see down the line on an EP or maybe another full length from you guys? Maybe?
Yeah, there's a few songs. One of the songs we were trying to get dude from Deftones on this song. One of these songs that we were supposed to get on there, and there was another song that we had Howard Jones on there as well that didn't make it. There's a couple other songs that we felt we thought was strong, but I don't know what happened because I was only there for like a couple weeks after we got all my drum tracks done, and I had to split because I had to go work for The Offspring because I'm their drum tech. So I don't know what happened after that. So I guess they had other ideas that what we were going to do, because the new stuff was going to be, what happened on this record was Colors, 6 in the Morning, Ace of Spades. That all went after I was back on tour with The Offspring. So unfortunately, I didn't get to record this song, so kind of a bummer, but hey, it is what it is.
I would absolutely love to hear Chino and you guys throw it down. That'd be awesome.
I think that one is a possibility. Hopefully we can get him. We've been bugging him. I know Vince has been bugging him, because Vince is the guy that that gets everybody that's on like the guests on our album. So he's the workaholic that's on our team, and he get them, and these people, they're down with us and they want to do it, so it's very, very cool.
Yeah, I'm on the next album with them, guys. Check that out too. So
right.
I wish. You're right.
You never know.
Ice-T would kick my fat ass out of that recording studio. But who the hell
come on, man.
Any tracks standing out more to you than any right now on the album? I know these are your guys' babies, and I know it changes from time to time, but do you have any that stick out for you, Will?
Man, Carnivore, I love that, that track. Actually, when we first recorded the song, me and Will Putney were working on the song, and we came up with this different riff that was on there. And to me and Will, we thought it was killer, but when Ice came in, he's like, nope, I don't like it. I was like, oh.
Jeez.
It was like this, like weird eye time thing, but it was this, it's just a little break in there. It was different from what goes into the double bass part, and there was double bass eventually going into there, but it was just different. The guitar riffs was kind of like a 5/4 that we had on there, and it would have been different because Body Count doesn't do that kind of stuff on their songs that much at all. So, but it got X-nayed, and yeah, so we had to come up with a different part.
Oh man, that's
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I thought it was sick, So I was like, man, yeah, this is so dope, and I recorded the drums and everything, and he came in and said, listen to this, it was like Carnivore, he's like, cool. And then that middle section came in, he's like, I don't like that part. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's a crusher.
It does. And what, a lot of producers say to everybody is they don't get married to the song. And that's what you kind of got to do when you're being in the studio, and you kind of got it to where it's supposed to be. And you kind of get, like married to the song the way it was, and you got to get over it and just do the new part, what we were doing.
Was it hard to choose between the current set of songs? Which one would be the first single you guys wanted to release for the album, or was it hands down Carnivore?
It was already handed down. We already had it. Ice already had it picked out already, and he's like, that's the title of it. And he already said it during when we were doing Bloodlust, and that's what we were going to do is Carnivore, and he picked that song as the Carnivore song. So
working with Ice all these years, man, does he have to have that control, I guess? Does he let anybody take over just a little bit, or does he have to have that control to guide you guys through this when creating all this?
I mean, mostly, like to get everybody all together, Vince is kind of like the I would say the music director, pretty much, in trying to get the band prepared for, make sure we're all straight, for Ice. But yeah, mostly, what we're trying to do, mostly it is Ice controlling the whole thing, what we want to do and how far we want to go, But this is Ice's baby, so.
No pun intended. Yeah. No pun intended to Ice Baby or anything, guys. Oh god, that was bad. That was lame.
That's all right.
So your guys' new single "Point the Finger" just came out and just featuring guest vocalist Riley Gale of the Mighty Power Trip. How did this all come together, man? And working with him on this.
Like I said, I was gone for this part of it too, because Ice is a huge fan of Power Trip and wanted him to jump on a song with us. And I guess he finally got a hold of him and got him to be on there. It's just that easy. Ice said just, try to get whoever and he'll get them if he can, So most of the time it works out.
What about the videos for Point the Finger? You was involved in this too, right? Or was you gone at that time as well?
That was Ice's idea of the whole thing. He told everybody, it pretty much he said the story, and that was right. And he told us to go, video it, get your girl to, go, video you up in, in your space, where you're at. And of course I live up in the mountains away from everybody. And I just, did my part and that was it. He put it all together, got Itchy House to go, do it because they do, all of our videos now, since, from Bloodlust going that way from, Black Hoodie.
Writing these new songs, does it still challenge or push you guys to come up with something new and stay fresh with Body Count's music these days? Because, everything changes in a heartbeat, it seems like, in music nowadays.
Yeah, it does. It's very challenging. It's very, you want to come up with something new, and you try not to. We try not to repeat what we've done, like especially like on Bloodlust, and you never know, those riffs might come back or whatever, because there were good riffs, but some of them just sound like it was like it sounds like we're still continuing from Bloodlust. So Bloodlust to us was like our best album. It was. And it's like, man, we got to top this record, from Bloodlust. And I have to say, like going from Carnivore to Bloodlust, to me, they're two completely different albums, which I'm very happy about that they're completely different. And plus that we went heavier on Carnivore because, like, a lot of what I come up with, like riffs or whatever, it sounds like in the lower tuning, and when I sing it to them, and for them to play on guitar, and especially Will Putney, it's like, man, all your notes just sounds like it's just low. Why don't we just go low? And Vince was there, and it's like, let's try it. So, and it just to us, and when he, just doing it, it just sounded cool.
Yeah, and you're right, man. From Bloodlust to Carnivore, it's a night and day record.
Yeah.
And I hope people can hear that. Honestly, I'm not saying it because Will's on here. I've been a big, huge fan of Body Count for a very long time, and I think they paved their way for all this success. But those two albums, these two albums are night and day, far and few in between, man. So, yeah,
right.
Kudos.
Hey, thank you. We're trying, man. We're trying our hardest, man. All we want to do is just please the fans, and just to please us too. And we just don't want no rehash stuff. It's like, we've done that before. Let's just keep on moving on and see what we can come up with better. So hopefully for the next record we can do that too. It's going to be much different too compared to Carnivore. Hopefully. But it's a shame that we didn't get to tour this Carnivore record yet. But I don't know if next year or the following year we get to do the next record. We'll see. See what happens after all this nonsense.
And I'm glad that you guys, and not just you guys, but other bands out there, they step outside that box no matter what your name is or what album you just did. You step outside that box and you still keep pushing because, You never know what a huge niche could be. You could find something else that could fit in your music that just throws it to a whole new freaking level.
Right. Yeah.
Now, you guys teamed up again with producer Will Putney from the band Fit for an Autopsy again, who also produced, of course, 2017's Bloodlust, and he's also worked with Miss May I and Upon a Burning Body. What led you guys to go back to work with Will again on this album?
Man, Will, to me, he fits perfectly with us, and he gets us. And that's the whole thing with Will. He's pretty much like our sixth member in this band. He just understands where we want to go. He understands, like creatively where we're trying to go and not try to go outside the box. And he makes sure that we don't sound like everybody else, So, and that's what I like about Will. And because we had some ideas, and of course, it didn't work out. But still, working with the guy, and it seems so natural just to work with him. He's a great, easy guy to get along with. Just a great dude, all the way around.
So working with him, do you think that he gets something extra out of you guys that maybe somebody else may not get possibly, or even knows the band even?
I don't think so. Because I think he treats every band as what they are. And I know he studies, what the band has done in the past and listen to the old stuff, and he's just trying to make them sound current. And I think that was the whole thing when I first met Will Putney when we did Manslaughter. That was the whole thing, and we didn't know him. When we were like that, we didn't know what he's done or whatever. But it just worked, and Ice liked him a lot, and we liked him a lot. He was just, like I said, easy to work with, and he pushes you to get some parts that that he hears too. Like he wants you to do. But yeah, no, he's like I said, he's like the sixth member in this band.
Do you see this band still musically growing from where it started from?
Yes. Yeah. I think there's so much more that, musically, that we can do. We can just keep on going. To be honest with you, we probably could have put a double record out if we wanted to. That's how many songs that we had for Carnivore that got X-nayed.
But you know what, though? That would have been classic because you don't see that anymore, hardly at all, of double albums coming out.
Yeah. We probably could have done that, but I think the record company only wanted, 13 or 11 songs on this record. There was supposed to be one more track on this album, and it wasn't. I think it got canceled or whatever, because I think it was just too much, and I guess we just decided to stay with just 6 in the morning and just left it that way. But I think there's going to be some more stuff that's going to be added to this later on. I just don't know what tracks they're going to decide with yet.
What do you hope everyone takes away, or message you hope they hear while listening to any of Body Count's music in general? What do you hope they get from it, Will?
I just hope they get that it's good music. It doesn't matter if it's, what it is. Just take it in. I know it's not like the heaviest stuff. We're not, death metal or anything like that. I just hope people just appreciate the work out of it. Being a music, fan or, a lover of music, and, that they get it. That's what I hope people get out of it.
So what can fans expect at a show from the mighty Body Count who have not got to see you guys live as of yet? What are they going to get when they come to see you live?
They're going to see how much of a good time we're having up there, actually, and we might have all our mean faces or whatever, and, but they're going to see, what, Ice is, man, he's just comedy, that dude is funny, and make sure everybody has a good time at the show. And it's a party, basically, that's how I feel about our shows. It's having a good time. That's about it.
But the good thing about when somebody comes to see you guys live, it's like Ice controls that stage, man. He grabs your attention. But, seeing you on drums, throwing it down, and plus Ernie up there jamming out.
Yes.
Oh, my God. How can you not have fun?
Right. Yeah. It's a good time. I mean, that's all it is. That's how I feel like it is. Like, man, this is really fun, and everybody can have fun at these shows. And I hope a lot of people get that out of it and enjoy it, man. It's like, man, that's all you want to do. You want to get away from everyday life or whatever, and just party for 2 hours or an hour and a half.
What made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you, Will, that said, yeah, that's what I want to do, or even maybe attempt it if you can recall, maybe?
It was the band Kiss.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Kiss did it for me. It was Kiss Alive. I heard it at a friend's house, and then, my parents finally got me when I was a little kid, Ace Frehley's solo record, and I was done. And I was like, yeah, I want to play drums, and I really wanted to play drums for Kiss. after knowing that Peter Criss was leaving, and then they got Eric Carr, whatever. But yeah, I just had dreams, when I was a little kid. Like I was like, man, I'm gonna have this monstrous kit, playing on there, and I was gonna be the next drummer for Kiss, wearing makeup and whatnot. Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on Kiss retiring? Are you kind of glad that you're seeing them ride out in style like this and finally say, okay, it's time to go? I mean, I know people come to that point, but what's your thoughts on it, man?
Man, I'm still a huge fan of them all the way through just their makeup. I didn't care for them when they took off the makeup, but yes, I'm glad to retire. And to me, it's you can hear it in. No offense I love Paul Stanley. He's his voice is I know he's trying, but his voice is not not like what I remember when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with and a lot of people probably agree with me. And I love Eric Singer as a drummer. Him wearing Peter Criss's makeup. Like I wish they kept on continuing after Vinnie Vincent came in, that everybody had the original makeup that they were doing. But yeah, I think it's time for them to be done. I loved it when they did an album with Bruce Kulick. That was the last one I think he was on, but that was a great album. Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's awesome.
That album when Bruce Kulick was on there, and then I guess Bruce didn't want to wear that makeup, and I agree with him.
Yeah, Bruce has been on the show before.
Oh, has he?
Yeah. I love Bruce. Bruce, good guy.
Oh man.
Talented.
Oh man.
Very talented.
Oh, I believe it.
I even heard them actually say, and I couldn't believe that I was reading it, and I was like, is this fake news? They'll put anything to make you read it. So I was like, they were saying that Kiss could go on without Gene and Paul, and I was like, what? No.
Right. To me, it wouldn't be Kiss.
Right. Right.
Honestly, I mean, God bless, Gene and Paul, but it wouldn't be the same with them too, especially like the personality that Paul, gave out, during the shows, and especially Gene. Come on, who could top that? Mm-hmm. I mean, like having someone else being Gene Simmons, that'd be weird.
Oh yeah. And they would need to come up with their own different acts, their different niches, as I should say.
Yeah.
Characters.
Right. So. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like I said, I'm a huge fan, but I mean, when it's when you can just, I think I saw him. Me and Juan, we were checking them out at somewhere. It was like a few years ago. I think after we did Bloodlust or whatever, and we did some show out in Europe, and Kiss was the headliner for it, and I was watching them, and I was just like, okay, yeah, this is, it's not like how they used to be in what I remember when I was a kid. And of course, no one can be like that, like when they were young and they had all the energy. And trust me, Paul still has a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. It's just, unfortunately, things don't work out.
It's like me. I love Metallica. That's my favorite band of all time. I mean, they saved my life. They saved my life one night. So,
wow.
I wouldn't. Oh, it's heavy. Trust me. I wouldn't want to see somebody taking James Hetfield's place. You know, I was just be like,
No doubt.
no, or Lars or Kirk.
Right.
I know they replaced Jason, but you know that's just a simple thing that happens, unfortunately, and that's just Rob does a great job. Rob does a hell of a job.
Right. No, he does.
So
he does.
I just couldn't see James though being replaced. That's just me. At that point, it wouldn't be Metallica.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. James he was awesome when he was in that band.
Yeah.
He's still in that band. I'm sorry.
Jason.
But yeah, I was thinking about Jason, but
it's all good.
But yeah, it's just it would be weird having someone else replacing James or Kirk.
Since almost everyone is in quarantine and everybody's getting back out now a little bit from this coronavirus, do you think concerts and festivals will have the same impact as before with sales and attendance? Or do you think this has hurt it in the long run? And, we're going to be having a lot of things different now once we get back in the swing of things.
I think a lot of things are going to be totally different. I just, hope this all goes away, but I think everything is going to be in a big change. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like it used to be. Hopefully we will make it back to that way, but who will see? We'll see.
I know body counts played all over the place, all over the world, but has there been one location, man, it's kind of shocked you possibly that you guys get a lot of support from, or they actually want to play your music in?
Man, I had a great time when I was in Germany. That show was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We were playing with a band called Jinjer.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I love that band.
They're so underrated.
Love that band. Yeah, they are. And so underrated. I just but yeah, I definitely support them. But yeah, that was a shock to me. That was like I was like a fanboy, just watching them on the side, they're so sick, So.
Yeah, here comes Tatiana out on the stage, and she's like so innocent,
exactly.
so beautiful. Then when those vocals kick in, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, she means it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. And I'm glad I just got to meet everybody after that show. Everybody's so cool. Yeah, that was great. But especially on their guitar tones, in the bass, like the way his bass sets in the songs is just so awesome. Besides, her voice, sitting in there, and of course the drums is just amazing. Yeah, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, they don't have a bad album.
No, they don't. Mm-mm. They don't. So I just, I that's one of my favorite bands I like listening to right now.
Folks, you want to get out and pick up Body Count's 7th new studio album entitled Carnivore via Century Media Records. You want to get out and pick that up, and also check out their singles, Carnivore, Bum Rush, and also the new one, Point the Finger. And that's also featuring vocalist Riley Gale of Power Trip. You want to pick that up. Will, how can folks stay in touch with you guys, buy some merchandise, tour dates, all this stuff when it gets back to some normalcy? How can they do that, good sir?
They can go check out, bodycount.com, official, .com, going that way, especially there, or they can go on Central Media and check out our stuff from there and get our stuff.
And before I let you go, good sir, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Sure. This is Ill Will of Body Count, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Hour podcast. Please get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link and our YouTube link and every link that we are associated with. And trust me, we're just about on every platform out there. And also, you want to get out and pick up Body Count's 7th album. This is their new album called Carnivore. It's out on via Century Media Records. Get out and check that out. And also check out their new video for Point the Finger featuring guest vocalist Riley Gale of Power Trip. Please check that out. Pick up the album. Support this band. And, Will, man, I wish you guys always nothing but the best of luck, sir.
Thank you so much, John. I just appreciate you even letting me be on your show, man. This is awesome.
Thank you, good sir. You have a good day.
Yeah, you too, man.
listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.